here's the start to a new week. 3rd week of January, I guess. But what I'm doing right now, I'm wrapping things up in my second HMO that I secured on the rent-to-rent basis. I had this property for about 3.5 years, maybe a little bit short of 3.5 years. But this property is a very special project for me because when we took on that house, it was a very tired and very worn post-student HMO with 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and 1 ensuite. So we took it on a very attractive price, on a very attractive rent, but we knew that this is a significant project. All the walls inside the house needed repainting because it was all dirty, it was all like old magnolia type of thing. Very, very sexy. No, it wasn't. But we knew that we have to repaint the entire property. We're gonna have to do some refurbs. We're gonna have to decorate the property because it was just very, very raw like it is right now. Because right now we just took all of our belongings. There was a clock wall, like wall clock on that wall. There was some decorations over there. Perhaps you've seen one of my videos from that property before, which would be absolutely helpful. But yeah, this project took us about 10 days and it was continuous work over day, every single day. That's why it's so special for us, because it took us a long time, but we brought that property up to a very, very nice standard. Like you can see, we had added some featured walls and everything, and we added some nice little accents that really and truly made a significant difference at that property. And then it took us maybe about 3 weeks, maybe 3.5, to populate the property with 5 quality tenants. And we had tenants who lived here for tenants from this room number 1 right behind me, lived here from very beginning up to the point where he had to hand the keys back last week. And I moved him to one of my other properties. So he's with me for years and he was so happy living here. He was distraught that he needs to leave this property. But frankly, there was a lucky situation. One of our rooms got empty and I suggested this room he could take. It's literally across the street, which is also very, very convenient for this tenant. So what I'm saying here is that, yes, things happen. Yes, sometimes we have to give those properties back. And in rent-to-rent, it's very important not to stop at specific number. If let's say you want to have 5 properties in rent-to-rent, fair enough. But remember that if you stay at 5, at some point, somebody might ask that property back from you for many, many different reasons. There is only one way to stay resilient to those type of situations. And that tip for me today, from me today to you today, is not to stop at just 5. Have a bit of a buffer. Grow that portfolio to 7 properties, 8 properties. Have that extra income. But even if something happens and you have to hand that property back to the landlord, then you've got that buffer. And when you lose that property or 2, then it's not going to bother you that much because you've got that safety net. And then when you lose those properties, you can go and find some more. And that's the tip for today. Let's see what the next few days hold for us as well. So I just nipped out for quick half an hour, just a little bit of a mental break from the office, a little shopping, and on the way to Lidl's, I can see there is a builder who I met last year. And I'm like, what are you doing here, mate? I thought you were just operating somewhere else. And he's like, no, we're operating all over the place. And I was like, what are you doing around? And he's like, just literally next door, we're renovating a 3-bedroom house. Would you like to see it? Because I believe that the landlord is going to rent it out once the refurb is done. And I was like, okay, brilliant. Yeah, I can come and have a look. So I'm going there now, very, very randomly, out of nowhere. I've just created, I could say, a viewing out of nothing. So I'm just going and see the property now, if it would be suitable to anything that we currently do.
Hello, Tuesday. I hope you're doing well, guys. So I'm heading now straight to another viewing today. I'm viewing an apartment that could be potentially a rent-to-service accommodation opportunity. Good location, city center. So I am looking forward to that. So whilst we're obviously talking about securing deals and everything, last night we had a wonderful session with our clients. The mastermind went absolutely brilliant. I'm jumping on, I'm talking to my mentees, and they tell me things that they're going to viewings, that they're booking more opportunities. Kordian, for example, said that right now he's got 3 deals on the table, 3 deals, and he's trying to find a way to accommodate all those deals in a short space of time. Oli, well done to you as well. You didn't say anything, but you absolutely smashed it with the viewing that you secured yesterday, and potential £900 profit on a deal on a 5-bedroom HMO sounds absolutely amazing. I hope we can wrap everything up this week as we spoke yesterday. So with everything being said, season has just started for new window of opportunity for HMOs. We spoke about that yesterday. There was a lot of reasoning why, but if you are looking to get involved into HMO space, especially about rent to rents, then this is a great window of opportunity for you. Make sure you don't snooze, because you snooze, of course, you lose. So make sure you take on that opportunity full on. Another market insight right now that I'm finding in my HMOs is that right now there is a little bit of a limited number of inquiries as well. Of course, this is very, very typical. In January, in December, and maybe even into February, we see typically about 20-30% less inquiries comparing to most of the remaining part of the year. Of course, people are not looking to move in the winter months, which obviously makes a lot of sense. However, we still get inquiries. Today I've got 2 potential viewings on my room, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it will get rented out. So I just came out from a viewing. It was actually a very good viewing. The apartment is located in an amazing location. I know, because in the same building I'm already running one service accommodation unit. So location is absolutely amazing. I already know that. The apartment itself, it needs a little bit of touch. It needs a little bit of love. But spec-wise, it's very similar to the one that I took on a couple of years ago. So what I'm actually planning to do, I'm looking forward to cut a deal with the letting agent who submitted that deal to me, and hopefully we can get this thing secured. It's available from end of February, so hopefully I can take it on from beginning of March. So fingers crossed, guys, and let's see what the next few days hold for us. Wow, the week is going so fast, super fast. And funny enough, one day I got a message from somebody asking me, I watch your videos, I wonder, I could see just a sneak peek of some jigsaws, and have you got interest in them? So just to clarify, my wife, who shares that office with me as well, she loves doing jigsaws, and as you can see, I wanted to show you from closer up. One jigsaw is over there with a nice cottage house, and then the other one is Harry Potter. So as you can imagine, yes, we are fans of Harry Potter as well, and there are some sets on this side. I don't think I ever recorded it, so if that answers your curiosity, I'm happy I can satisfy that as well. But this week has been absolutely crazy when it comes to number of different opportunities and inquiries. This week itself, I think I already turned down 3 rent-to-rent deals, 3 opportunities, purely because the numbers didn't stack or the property is just not the right standard. And straight after recording this video, I'm jumping on a phone with another agent because I viewed that other property a few days ago, and I want to see if we can get this one secured as well. But that is not the most important. The most important thing, guys, is that this week one of my students, Oli, actually 2 of them, Oli and Dom, dynamic duo, very young 2 lads who are still in college, and they are so hungry for success. They have been doing everything that I am telling them, but obviously there was a bit of a clash between their college work, university work, and the rent-to-rent stuff. But thankfully, and yes, with great satisfaction, I'm happy to say that they have secured this week their first rent to HMO deal. Absolutely phenomenal, very chuffed for you guys. The deal is located in Cardiff, and from your calculations, the deal will be bringing you between £900 and £1,000 profit every single month. The deal looks absolutely phenomenal. There is a good demand that will work absolutely great for you. For a first deal, you secured a really good bargain for yourself. So very, very well done. Very, very pleased for you guys that despite all the challenges that you had, you have secured that deal. And hopefully, I'm sure about that, your story would be an absolute inspiration to young lads, people who are just starting out, people who are still in uni, people who are already dreaming about financial freedom, that this can be done. Even if you're young, even if you have big dreams but you don't have plenty of money, that can be done as well. He's just helping me out to structure a deal to one of the agents for one of the opportunities that we received this week. Just as I promised, I'm going to give you a bit of a breakdown of what's actually happening with this one, because this one is extremely interesting. What we've done is we're already running a service accommodation apartment in this building, and letting agent is giving us an opportunity to another apartment if we can also increase the offer for the first apartment that we're already running. Now we have to take into account what is it that we're making in the first apartment, what is it that we're going to be making in the next apartment, and what percentage of the margin we can give away in order to make this deal as lucrative as possible for us, but also for the landlord, for the agent as well. Because of course, when we do business, we need to make sure everybody is equally winning in that business and everybody gets something out of this deal. And that is kind of coming back to the questions that people very often ask, especially when we run our masterclasses and webinars. That question is, how can we convince a landlord to give us a deal? And firstly, I don't like the word convince, because when we're convincing somebody, it's almost like asking somebody and begging them for a business. Instead, we need to influence them or ask them what they want. And that is the easiest method to really cut great deals with landlords or agents. Because when we ask them, what would you like to get? Where would you like to be with this deal? Let them tell us what is it that they want, and then work around it, structure a deal and speak to people, negotiate a little bit to make sure that everybody in that deal is actually winning. Because there's always a way. If there is no way and simply you don't want to focus too much on that, you just need to move on and find somebody with whom you're going to find a way to make a common business. So I hope that really helps you. And on a final note, I want to say that tomorrow I'm running a second masterclass in 2025. So the first one was great, but for the second one, we've prepared an amazing prize draw. So those of people who have registered and who will actually be there till the end of the masterclass will give themselves a huge opportunity for a prize draw worth £597. So I'm very excited for that. And if we are in a good mood, if we're in a good state, then maybe we're going to draw not just one person, but there's going to be 2 lucky winners. So I'm looking forward to that. And perhaps if you're looking to get involved in rent to rent, or you're looking to find out more about the prize draw that we're doing with people who participate in our masterclass, then absolutely feel free to go to our website, feel free to go to my bio, and you'll very easily find a way to register yourself to the masterclass. Feel free to message me if you don't know how to do it, and I'll tell you how to register yourself. And then you'll give yourself the opportunity not only to learn a lot about new market insights and how rent to rent works in 2025, but also you'll give yourself the opportunity to win a prize worth of £597. What a great opportunity. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the masterclass as well, and I hope you're taking a lot of everything that we've covered this week.